Extremely hard to photograph here. A lot of people. I mean, this is packed. This is probably, I think, the shrine with the most importance. That's why it's so packed with people. Yeah, Saddam had more palaces, but this is one that it's in pretty decent shape. You know, if it wasn't for all the writings and all that, you know, this could be a museum.
Try to let go of all of the nonsense that you pull.
And here we have Saddam's Palace, the ruin of the palace. This was actually devastated when the regime fell down. And when I say devastated, I mean vandalized completely. There's another palace in Kurdistan that was actually destroyed even worse than this. But check out the tyrant's face, surrounded by the wings of Zoroastrianism. Yeah, all crazy people like to put their faces everywhere, no matter where they're from on this planet. Talking about American influence, here's a perfect example. The cars are one of the main examples. Let's take a look inside. Graffitis all throughout. Well, writings more than graffitis. A lot of writing everywhere. A lot of birds all throughout. There's a huge echo all throughout, and you can feel the wind blowing. Everything's open. Man, just think about who was here. You know, think about all the crazy things that most likely have happened, all the decisions that were made. You know, yeah. It can give you the chills, you know, if you can put things into perspective. It's definitely a spot where, you know, history, a spot that actually changed history. Oh, and the terrace, most likely. The view is from here. I mean, you can start to see the vast amount of palm trees. This guy is doing a TikTok for sure. Oh, and the beautiful Euphrates River, you can see it here in the back. Man, check out the splendid blue color. Way better than Tigris, more clean. A lot of music, and it looks like, I'm not sure if that's it's a boat. Yeah, it looks like they have a boat as well here, or a jet ski. I think I've seen a jet ski. You can't see it, but yeah, there's a jet ski as well on the Euphrates River. The vastness, check that out. And again, there are quite a few tourists, but most of them are locals. Still, very few tourists in Iraq. Even though there were some at the airport, we have not encountered any on the road, neither in Samarra, neither in Baghdad, and here in Hilla in Babylon, no one. Well, it looks like we do have some sort of celebration. That's maybe why we have seen so many buses of locals. Not sure if it's a wedding, you know, but A celebration indeed. Oh, it looks like it's more of a graduation, you know, another part of the graduation. A lot of graduations this time of year in Iraq. We have seen quite a few in Baghdad. And now one in Hila as well. So don't expect, you know, shiny things, fancy things at Saddam's Palace. Just vandalism. But again, history. At every corner, you wonder what all these rooms were, what happened between these walls at one point. People's email addresses on the walls, people's names, of course. Yeah, fascinating indeed at times, you know. I'm thinking rather than speaking. Yeah, imagining. I don't know, you know, just fascinating when you think decades of history took place between these walls. Yeah, Saddam had more palaces, but this is one that it's in pretty decent shape, you know. If it wasn't for all the writings and all that, you know, this could be a museum. This could be a part of, you know, even though you have to pay in order to get into the archaeology site, which contains a ticket to the palace, you know, this could be something more remarkable. But I guess, you know, leaving it this way says a lot, you know. A lot of times vandalism, this type of vandalism says a lot about how the Iraqis thought about Saddam back in the day. And at the theater as well. We cannot get enough celebrations. Yeah, it looks like graduating from the university is a big deal. It's a big celebration for many Iraqis. Yeah, let's go up. This is the theater that they have here in Babylon at Hila. Yeah, so actually talking about celebration, I forgot, I took an Instagram video which I'm gonna put here in a little bit, me joining one of these little celebrations. So let's see it right after this. And here as well, at the amphitheater, completely packed. And when they say that life is a stage, it's true, you know, we're all players, we're all actors. And a lot of times that's where we want to see ourselves, you know, on the stage, watched by the audience. And some more footage of the food that we're having here in Iraq. Everyone seems to enjoy the hummus and the bread. Everyone's asking for it at every single meal. A huge flag overlooking the city of Karbala. This is right at the mosque, at the shrine that we're gonna visit here in a little bit. So the main road leading towards the shrine, it's an abundance of cars, tuk-tuks, people, and so on, and merchants. No one cares, everyone walks right in the middle in order to reach the shrine. Yeah, it's a little bit chaotic, but it's not extremely bad. So it looks like the tradition here, heading towards the mosque, towards the shrine. People hand out tea and some type of donut, some type of pastry all throughout. And the shrine here in Karbala. I keep saying it one way or the other, but you know what I mean. Superb and superb weather. Today is actually just 23 Celsius. But check this out. There were some issues at one point here. The interesting part about this mosque, this shrine, is that it has a clock at the top. We haven't seen this before, so that's definitely one of the unique things about it. Closer view. I'm filming on the phone, not sure exactly, but here they did not take my camera. I'm not gonna pull it out, not sure if they're gonna allow me or not, but we'll see. I'm just filming on my phone, so I won't attract any heads, any eyes towards me. And made it finally inside. Yes, I did have to get my camera out, but the phone is just as good. Extremely hard to photograph here. A lot of people. I mean, this is packed. This is probably, I think, the shrine with the most importance. That's why it's so packed with people. I was not able to film anything, unfortunately. I'm gonna give another shot. I mean, there were people shoulder to shoulder, hip to hip. I couldn't even pull the phone out, and when I did, of course, one of the persons guarding the place, you know, the security said, put the phone down. So yeah, here's the quick view of the entrance at the shrine. So guys, all these attempts where you see the video interrupting is someone telling me not to film anymore. So yeah, if that happens again, you know why. I'm trying to film as much because this is actually spectacular. Whole bunch of people. So yeah guys, that was an extreme experience. I actually felt a little bit stomach sick just because of the, I don't know, the commotion, everything moving, everything going round and round, shoulder to shoulder, hip to hip. Like you've seen, I barely filmed quite a few things there, but yeah, it's a different experience. It feels like a little Mecca here, just the way people go round and round, the people push each other just to get a touch of the shrine. But yeah, saying goodbye to the Karbala shrine. It was actually a recommended experience, if I can put it that way. So guys, a little bit of the parts that we usually see when we hear the word Iraq. We don't see the nice parts, we don't see the parts that are worth visiting. We just hear something that's actually creating some, you know, either fear, some type of hard extreme emotion, and this is one of them. So if you pick bits and pieces, you know, everything has that type of feeling. But yeah, with Iraq, until we pass through this phase, we won't see any improvement in tourism and so on. And a quick stop at a few more things here in Karbala. One of the bridges that's actually quite old, not sure how old it looks, but you know, on paper it's quite old. So for as much dirt and garbage there's around, the water is actually quite decent. There are a few things at the bottom, but still quite impressive. Nu le place. They don't like it. It looks like it's a popular spot to take a bath as well here. Back at a souk, at a bazaar. We cannot have enough bazaars and we cannot have enough sweets. Thank you for ruining my video, but check out all the crackers. Of course, had to buy some baklava, couldn't help it. Everything here is just incredible for all your senses.
Time to let go of all of the nonsense that you, boy, that you